Welcome to round 17 of the Women's Supa-Liga. Today we have Perth Pumas FC against Western Devils FC. That was Abby Woolley that we just saw with a shot from distance, testing the Western Devils goalkeeper in Becky Musial. I'll quickly go through the lineups for the teams now. We have Perth Pumas, Jessica Jean, number 23. Number 19, Jess Byrne. Number 7, Abby Woolley. Number 21, Jess Flannery. Number 18, Judy Connolly. And number 16, Asta Malou. Western Devils have number 5, Laura Waltman. Number 4, Lindsay McDowell. Number 29, Andrea Priato. Number 21, Penelope Clayton. Number 1, in goals, Becky Musial. Number 14, Annabelle Leake. And number 9, Ashley Byrne.
Good evening, ladies and gents. We see Annabelle Leake intercept that pass and immediately move the ball on to Priato. Her pass is too far out in front of Waltman. Connolly receives. Woolley for Jean. Looking for the run of Connolly, but can't find her. 3v2 now. For the Devils, the pass is too far out in front of Waltman from Leake. Jess John with the kick in. To Jess Byrne. Now to Woolley. Back to Jean. Down the line. Pass was intended for Flannery, but out of play. Clayton receives, driving forward, plays Waltman. Good little step past Flannery. Back to Priato, now to Clayton again. The Devils moving the ball around well. Byrne comes out to the edge of the box and clears. Musial gives the ball to Clayton, who drives forward once again. The Pumas content defending nice and deep in their own half at the moment. Great ball to Waltman from Priato. Byrne with a double save. Made all the more incredible by the level of goalkeeping ability that she has. Excellent court player and outdoor football player. Demonstrating goalkeeping ability I didn't know she had. But well done, Jess Byrne, on the double save. Probably going to cop a hard time about that later on, but Connolly moves the ball on to Woolley. Tried to return the ball with a little parallel for Connolly, but it's gone out for a goal throw. Clayton looks up, wanting to find Leake. Does do that. Woolley forces her backwards. Waltman now to Priato. Trying to create an overload down that right-hand side for Clayton. Byrne with another good one-on-one save. Oh, Jean's pass is loose, though. Waltman looks up, skips past Connolly, but her shot is out at the near post. Great run from Jean. Byrne's throw was just a little bit long, but it was pretty close. Now Priato finds Waltman and to Leake. The Devils with a lot of possession at the moment. Oh, Clayton's shot off the outside of the post. Byrne clearly knew the ball was not going in. Moving away. Connolly now receives from Flannery. And Woolley. Back for Byrne. Skips past Priato. And gives it away to Clayton. Has a left foot shot, but Woolley was back covering. Woolley, not sure if she was looking for Connolly, but the pass was misplayed. Musial's throw for Clayton. Sees the ball out of play. Now Woolley for Jean. Waltman steps in but can't keep possession of the intercept. Aston Mulu on the court for the first time. Jean plays Woolley. Tried to return it to Jean, but at the moment, the Devils maintaining the bulk of possession. It's around 60-40 at the moment. Musial looking up, trying to find Clayton. Woolley jumps in front, wins it, and now Jean dispossessed by Priato. Musial clears. Annabelle Leake wins the ball back from Mulu. And now Priato for Clayton. Jean intercepts. Does well now. Has a 2v1 with Mulu. She can shoot at the near post. Well saved by Musial. But good little body shift there from Jean to sell the dummy and create the shooting chance. Clayton finds Waltman, one-on-one with Connolly. Woolley getting back to help double up. Jess Byrne, another good bit of goalkeeping there. The ball across up at head height. Punched away. Waltman tried to play Priato. A little bit of ping pong going on at the moment. Ball bouncing around lots. The Devils settle again in possession. Leak to Clayton and back. And again, Clayton one-on-one with Jean. Jean defends well. Clayton with time to get a shot off, but dragged it out the far post. Byrne for Mulu. She's dispossessed by Clayton and Waltman. Waltman driving forwards. Finds Leak. She's a touch in front of her, but the shot's blocked by Jean. Now Jean wins the challenge. Does well, feeds the ball for Mulu. It's too far out in front of her. Waltman with time. The Pumas were dropping back very deep. Connolly and Woolley dropping very deep. Clayton with the shot. Sorry, we just missed that on the live stream. Good drive. Jess Byrne unable to make the saving goal. And the Devils are 1-0 up. The run of play certainly has been with the Devils. Lots of possession. the Pumas have been limited to opportunities similar to that, as they have been dropping defensively back to half court or just in front of half court. We see the Devils again moving the ball around really well. McDowell looking for a little layoff. The former national team player looking to just drop the ball in front of Waltman. It just spun out of play. Flannery plays Woolley. Button's gone down. Hopefully she's... Oh, she seems to be all right. Hopefully recovers nice and quickly. Priato was hoping Waltman was going to make a run forwards, but it never came. Woolley from Flannery looks forwards, dinks it over the top for Mulu. Can she keep it in? Musial gets there and clears. Woolley out to Connolly. Miss hit shot. Connolly receives the ball, keeps possession from Priato. Hoping for a run from Woolley that never came. McDowell looking for Byrne. Ashburn, that is, of the Devils. And Jess Byrne now picking it up in goal for the Pumas. Releases Jess Flannery, but Musial and Waltman did well defensively. McDowell off of, not sure about her forehead. It looked a little bit lower than that. Hopefully she is all right. That ball is out from Abby Woolley. Ashburn for Priato, making a 2v1 there against Woolley, but her shot was blocked by Jean. Now Waltman for Priato, wants to find Waltman with a little back roll and then a great ball over the top. Priato having a little giggle to herself. Perhaps saw her name up in lights for a volley. A very technically gifted player, Andy Priato. That volley, a difficulty scale was about a 9.9. Great ball from Woolley down the line for Jean. And McDowell plays the ball out. Byrne came forward, but couldn't find Jean with the pass. Great touch by Waltman. Tries to find Byrne back in the middle, but the reverse pass was just too far out in front of Ashburn. Flannery plays Jean. Jean looking for Mulu, but intercepted and then won back by Mulu. Flannery with a great run. Woolley trying to find her. McDowell did a good defensive job just closing down that channel. Woolley flashes a shot across goal. Ashburn looking for options. McDowell looking for Priato. Very good play there from the Devils. The final pass just slightly overhit. Flannery receives, feeds Mulu. Mulu trying to give it back. Cut out by Priato. Mulu defending well, though. The Pumas have pressed really well. Oh, a little bit unlucky there. Musial cleans up after McDowell again defended really well. Now McDowell receives back from Byrne. Plays Leak. Leak holds up play, plays into Priato. Good block by Flannery. Again, the Devils, definitely the majority of possession. But the Pumas staying in the game, defending well. Limiting the good chances. The Devils being forced to shoot from distance the majority of the time, barring Jess Burns' miraculous double save. Good defending there from Jess John. Mulu tries to find Flannery, but Priato wins it. Priato and Clayton. And another goalkeeping masterclass from Byrne to set her teammates on a counter-attack while in the same motion as making a save. Clayton tries to find McDowell, but just out of play. Good save by Musial. The Devils again content to allow the Pumas to advance. Just gambling on that they're going to win the ball eventually. Jess Byrne. For a person who's not a goalkeeper, she's made a lot of saves this afternoon. 2v1 for the Pumas. Flannery receives. Musial with a good save from Flannery. West John just couldn't redirect that shot towards goal as it flicked up off her foot. That is a timeout. We'll be back very soon. All right, we are back with the Condors kicking deep in their half. Flannery putting pressure on Waltman. And now on Clayton. She blocks the ball forward. Byrne receives, now Connolly. Connolly dribbling into space. Rolls the ball down the line for Flannery. Now to Byrne. And now Jean. Jean trying to feed Flannery again. Pass was cut out by Ashburn. Woolley gives the ball away. Ashburn receives from Leake. She turns and shoots. Slightly mishit effort. Waltman comes across. Wins the header. Jess Byrne, great ball with the outside of her foot down the line. Unable to be kept in. Flannery and Byrne doubling up on Clayton. This is different. And then Clayton has the last touch out of play. And Waltman finishes to make the score 2-0. Waltman finding way too much space in the box. Jean dispossessed by Ashburn, but she wins it back. Now Jess Byrne trying to find Jean again. Waltman cuts it out and is streaming forwards. Great save by Woolley. Abby Woolley is a very accomplished goalkeeper for, again, someone who isn't a goalkeeper. Has played quite a bit of fly keeper as a junior representative futsal player. Waltman wins the ball. Good save by Woolley. Less than 20 seconds remaining. Leak. Tries to get it back to Waltman, but it's out of play. Now, Jean with the kick in. We'll play Woolley, who tries to find Byrne, but only gets as far as Leak. Now Waltman trying to get a third goal before half-time. We'll have to be quick. And that is half-time, ladies and gentlemen. The Western Devils with a 2-0 lead, courtesy of goals from Laura Waltman and Nell Clayton. We will be back just very soon. All right, ladies and gents, we're back for the second half. The Devils immediately on the attack. Priato on the ball, finding McDowell. Waltman just unable to get a touch on that ball that was flashed across goal. Jean making some space for herself. Good movement. Connolly. Plays Jean. Nice little flick down the line from Jean. Flannery turns inside. Blocked by Waltman. Flannery back to Byrne. Now Connolly. McDowell's dummy was enough to put her off. Waltman for Priato. Good pressure from Flannery. The Pumas certainly changing tactics slightly this half. Trying to put more pressure on the Devils as they're bringing the ball forwards before they've been able to get out of their half. Clayton on the ball now. Looking long for McDowell. Overhit. Woolley trying to hit Byrne, but the throw was a little bit wide. Clayton's pass again, not finding the pivot. Byrne going for a nutmeg on Priato, but the Devils player not allowing it to happen. Woolley not realising the ball was off her teammate, allowing it to go out for a corner. Waltman with the corner. Priato wanting to make a run across Connolly. Didn't happen. And Clayton's shot over the bar. Now Connolly being pressed by Priato finds Byrne. Oh, Priato read the pass from Byrne. Was able to win it, and the Devils in the attacking half again. But Byrne read the back roll that time from Priato. Great ball from Clayton to the far post. But Flannery does enough defensively against Waltman to cut out a shooting opportunity. Waltman with the kick in for Priato. McDowell, good defensive work by Jean and Flannery. The three Jesses, in this one Byrne combining. Now Waltman shielding the ball out of play. Two-handed push in the back there. Free kick for the Devils. Priato trying to find Clayton, but Connolly intercepts. Flannery dispossesses McDowell. Oh, very good turn from the young attacking player. Bamboozled McDowell, who had no other choice but to foul her. The Pumas moving the ball around well. Having a little bit of sustained possession in the attacking half for just about the first time. Byrne tries to turn, but Waltman does well. Passes overhit, though, for Connolly. Oh, that would have been some touch there by Byrne. Controlling it over her shoulder. Flannery heads forward, but Priato wins it. McDowell's pass is loose. Priato and Waltman exchanging passes before Clayton smashes it into the net. The Western Devils 3-0 up. Can the Pumas get themselves back into it? It will be difficult. They've got the attacking talent, no doubt, but having not scored a goal so far, scoring 4 to win the game, even 3 to get a draw, is going to be a tough ask. Flannery dispossesses Priato and then feeds Connolly at the far post. Can she get shot on target but can't beat Musial? Excellent goalkeeping by Becky Musial. Excellent defending from Jess Byrne against McDowell, forcing the pass from Priato to go wide and out of play by stopping the Devils' pivot from getting the ball. Now Priato wins the ball, 3v2. She finds Leak. Woolley makes the save. Muller's attempted pass back to Jean is mishit and out for a corner. At 3-0 down, with the talent that they do have, the Pumas are still definitely in the game. Can they close down this opportunity? Yep, Abby Woolley defends well. And then potentially with a timeout to be called in a moment, change something slightly to get themselves back into this game. And there we have that timeout. So we'll be back in just a moment. All right, so we are back. Jess Byrne trying to release Jess John from the restart from the timeout. Laura Walton defended well. Now Leak with the kick in for the Devils. The Pumas dropping deep again into their own half. Now starting to put pressure on higher. Looking to press as a group. The Devils, excellent ball movement. But Mulu able to win it, and it's out off of Priado. And it does look like Jess Byrne is coming forwards. Fly keeper, she's got a lot of space if she can shoot. Unable to get the shot off though. Now Priado receives from Musial. The Devils not content to sit and keep possession, pressing forwards. Leak playing Priado, little back roll. Woolley defends well. Byrne, her pass put Priado under pressure. Now Connolly can look up and play Mulu. Oh, she took a little bit too long on the ball. Jess Byrne had come forwards, and Ashburn's pass for the Devils is just too far out in front of Leak. The Devils deciding not to try and press the fly keeper as they hadn't been able to set it up early. Now Jean finds Mulu. Back to Jean. Woolley with a loose touch. Byrne able to retrieve the pass though. Excellent ball from Jess Jean there for Connolly. Definitely the player to be running the fly keeper for the Pumas. Oh, Mulu flicks it to Byrne. Jean just keeping the ball moving really well. Priado pressed. But the Pumas able to retain possession. Byrne giving Mulu some instruction. Oh, Byrne's pass then was very short, but Mulu's ended up with it. Heavy touch though. Clayton shoots rather tamely. Musial taking a little bit too long to get the ball to her. Good ball from Jean, and then Connolly playing the 1-2, but Leaks ended up with it. She's being shepherded out towards the sideline. And now Woolley looking for Mulu's run. Pass is just off to the side. And we have another timeout, this time for the Devils. We'll be back very shortly. The Devils get us back underway. Waltman playing Priado. Sorry, Clayton. But Mulu cutting out the pass that was intended for McDowell. Well, the Pumas, Jess Byrne told players to drop, but they missed the memo. Woolley does well against Waltman. Now the Pumas trying to drive forward. Clayton dispossesses Jean, and Byrne makes the save. Jean taking the yellow card, pulling Clayton back, made the decision. Did it well. A little bit of gamesmanship going on. Clayton's free kick caught by Byrne. She releases Flannery. Now Woolley receives, but her pass was very loose. Excellent movement again from the Devils. McDowell receiving and then finding Waltman again. Flannery defending with her back to the ball. Now Clayton look for the run of Waltman. She's just gotten off the shoulder of Mulu. Leak finds McDowell. McDowell went down under a challenge from Woolley. Game getting a little bit scrappy now. Devils free kick. It's the 5th foul. Clayton sets for Waltman, and now McDowell with the shot. Puts it into the bottom corner. Good finish from McDowell into the bottom corner. A 4-0 buffer, probably enough for the Devils. Even if the Pumas can rally late on, there's only 5 minutes to go. And the Pumas are on 5 fouls. Woolley receives, plays Mulu. Now Woolley plays Byrne. Flannery. The Pumas not having the right players in the right positions for that fly keeper setup. Jess John really should be running. Running the fly keeper. She finds Flannery down the line, who finds Byrne looking for Mulu at the far post. Pass was cut out by Waltman. Now Woolley to John again. Pumas moving the ball around well, but Mulu unable to find Flannery. Jean wins it back. Now Waltman shoots, but it's just wide. Devils deciding to press and successfully win the ball back Forcing the Pumas just to throw long. Great touch from Priato. Woolley cuts out the interplay between her and Waltman, and now Flannery can run, taking on Clayton. The shot, though, gobbled up by Musial. Good dummy by Clayton to leave the ball for Waltman. Oh, Woolley cut out that pass, but just out of reach of Flannery. Will potentially be a game of what-ifs for the Pumas. Little situations having gone their way, the game could have been very different, but at the moment, the Devils have had the majority of play, the majority of chances, and because of that, are 4-0 up. Good defending by Connolly after a good run by Clayton, but Waltman was able to win the ball back for the Devils, and now Clayton one-on-one. Tried to play with Priato, but Woolley did a good job. That ball will be out for a kick-in for the Pumas. Jess Byrne pushing on again. Flannery receives from Jean, but Waltman cuts it out. Great ball from Priato to Waltman. And then Ashburn puts the ball out of play. Woolley looking for Byrne, can't find her. Only finds Clayton, who in turn finds Flannery. And her pass for Byrne is too far out in front. Can the Pumas get themselves a consolation goal? Great touch by Connolly. She finds Flannery. Waiting for help. Beats Clayton. Just ran out of options there. Not getting the help that she needed. Now Woolley wins the ball in front, but drags her shot wide. The Pumas still in search of a consolation goal. Good movement again from the Devils. Priato wins it. Looking to put the final nail in the coffin. Clayton for Leak. A little bit of pressure from Flannery. Saw her just the ball come off her foot and go out over the bar. Our cameraman just doing a good defensive job there, protecting the gear. Nishan Alagoda. Now Woolley. Flannery. Back to Woolley. Pumas trying to get that consolation goal. Flannery looking across to Connolly. 5 seconds remain. Oh, that pass from Woolley was under hit, and now it's a 2v1, but that will be full time, ladies and gents. A 4-0 win for the Western Devils, courtesy of goals for Laura Waltman and Penelope Clayton in the first half, and then Lindsay McDowell and a second for Nell Clayton in the second half. We will be back very soon for the last Women's Superliga game of the night, which is the Andinas against Phoenix Futsal.